Hello everyone, my name is Mudad Gupta, and so today I'm presenting a new course to you in which we would be discussing the 6 month strategy for Prelims 2018. Because now 180 days are left, so in this course we would be dealing with the way in which you can utilize these remaining 180 days to prepare the static part, the current part, the revision schedule, the test series, and all the different aspects that are associated with Prelims 2018. In this slide, you can read something about me. Also, just one more point that I am running two courses for the month of November. That is a daily current affair MCQ for UPSC CSE, in which I would be covering the questions that are relevant from the prelims point of view. And also, after every question, I would give the explanation that would assist you in writing quality answers in the mains examination. Apart from this, I'm also running a daily editorial analysis for November 2017, in which I cover editorials from different newspapers, including Mint, Indian Express, and The Hindu. All the articles in this I cover are relevant from the mains point of view that would assist you in writing good quality mains answer. As far as the target audience for this course is concerned, so those of you who are appearing for UPSC 2018 prelims 2018 would find this course really useful, and those of you who are appearing for 2019 would also find it useful because the book list and the number of days that are required to cover a particular subject and also the timetable required would remain the same, be it 2018 or 2019. The objective of this course would be maximize the level of preparation in the last 6 months, because now just 6 months are left for the UPSC CSE Prelims 2018. So how to utilize these remaining 180 days effectively and how to maximize your score, because the prelims in 2018 would be held on 3rd of June, and so almost approximately 180 days are left. And so how to maximize your preparation and what would be the 180 days plan, what would be the breakup for each subject, number of days required, the book list, the strategy, everything would be covered in this particular course. So as far as this course is concerned, in this I would be dealing with the subject wise book list, the subject wise time allocation, the number of days that are required optimally for each subject, how the question practice would be done, the test series, the note making, the sources for current affairs, how to cover CSAT paper 2, and also the revision schedule would also be covered in this particular course. As far as your particular doubts, the pinpoint doubts are concerned, so you can mention all your doubts in the comment section. I would definitely try to take each of your doubts by making a separate lesson on each of your doubts. So this is it from this lesson. If you like this course, you can please do rate, review, and recommend the same. I hope all the doubts would be cleared in this particular course. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, my name is Mudad Gupta. So in this lesson we would discuss the strategy for history, that is ancient, medieval, modern history, art and culture, and also we would look at world history, that is how we can cover world history for the mains examination. This is something about me. Also, I'm running two more courses, that is one on the daily current affair MCQs for UPSC CSE. In this, I cover the daily current affair MCQs and also the daily editorial analysis from different newspapers, including Indian Express, Mint, and The Hindu. So I cover, some important articles that are published in that particular day's newspaper. So you can follow these two courses as well. As far as the strategy for ancient history is concerned, so the sources for ancient history would be either the Tamil Nadu board books or the NCRTs, preferably the old ones. So you have to do any one of these sources. You don't have to do both the sources. You can either go in for the Tamil Nadu board books or you can go in for the NCRTs, preferably the old ones that have been written by Romila Thapar and others. So basically old NCRTs are preferable as far as ancient history is concerned. And if we talk about the number of days, so as 6 months are left, so as I told you that 180 days are remaining. Now, if you invest 15 days in ancient history, then you would be left with 165 days, because you have to read 2 or 3 NCRTs. And this time is excluding the fine arts NCRT. I would be separately covering art and culture. So this is excluding the fine arts NCRT. This is the Tamil Nadu board books and the NCRTs. You have to do either of them. You don't have to cover both the sources. And also, there is no need to cover any other book for ancient India, because this is only for the prelims and not for the mains examination. Ancient history, rarely comes in the mains examination. And so there is no need to go in for a specialized book as far as ancient history is concerned. Similarly, for medieval history, the best source would be the NCRT, preferably the old one that has been written by Satish Chandra. So NCRT would be the best source as far as medieval history is concerned. Also, the number of days that would be required would be somewhere around 10 to 15 days. So I'm taking the worst case scenario in which you would be reading at the slowest possible speed. So the number of days that would be required would be somewhere around 15. So 165 days were left, and so after 15 days have been given to medieval history, you would still be left with 150 days. Also, only NCRTs are more than enough as far as ancient history and medieval history is concerned, because the number of questions that appear in UPSC CSE are only in the prelims examination and not in the mains examination. And also, even in the prelims examination, the weightage, the individual weightage of medieval and ancient history is declining rapidly. So, nonetheless, you cannot take the risk of leaving these subjects. So you can invest, approximately 1 month in ancient and medieval, 15 days in medieval history and 15 days in ancient history. So approximately 1 month may be invested in reading all these NCRTs as far as ancient and medieval is concerned. So that would significantly cover all the questions that would be appearing in the prelims examination. If we talk about modern history, then single most important source for prelims is Spectrums. The book by Spectrums is the most important source as far as modern history is concerned. So Spectrums is a book that is basically a summary of Bipin Chandra, and also NCRTs have been covered in that particular book. So if you are reading that book, then prelims would not be an issue. It would not be a concern, because this book by Spectrums would cover all the aspects as far as modern history is concerned. You would be requiring somewhere around 25 days as far as this book is concerned. So earlier 150 days were left, and so in those from those 150 days, if you are giving 25 days to modern history, that is Spectrum's book, then 125 days would still be left, and in that portion we would be covering other subjects. There is no need to cover NCRTs for modern history as such, because already the time is very less, and the spectrums significantly cover all the questions that would be covering in the prelims examination. So if you have time, then you can go in for NCRTs. There is no harm in that. But if you are short on time and your reading speed is low, then you can definitely rely totally upon spectrums. It would be covering most of your prelims based questions. If we talk about art and culture, this is one very important subject if we talk from the point of view of prelims examination. Then one source is sufficient for art and culture. It may be either CCRT or Nitin Singhania or IGNU notes, or maybe fine arts. Fine arts NCRT is must. Apart from fine arts NCRT, you can go in for these three things. And also you can consider the NIUS, the notes of NIUS. So out of these four, you can consider two sources. Fine arts NCRT is a must. You definitely need to cover this NCRT. And apart from this NCRT, you can cover either of these three sources. But in my personal opinion, notes of Nitin Singhania are best possible, because they cover spectrums as well as some portion of IGNU. So Nitin Singhania notes are comprehensively covering the art and culture portion. So you can rely upon the fine arts NCRT as well as Nitin Singhania notes. Now the book by Nitin Singhania is also available in the market, so you can, rather than relying upon notes, you can go in for that particular book by Nitin Singhania. At most 20 days would be required for art and culture portion. I know this is a difficult portion, this is a bit boring portion, but you need to finish this within 20 days. Only then you would be able to cover other parts of the subject or syllabus. So 20 days are more than sufficient as far as art and culture is concerned. And since we were left with 125 days, now 20 days approximately are kept aside for art and culture, so you would still be left with 105 days. If we talk about world history, then don't do world history as of now till the time the syllabus for prelims is completed. Don't go in for world history, because this portion has almost nil weightage if we talk about the prelims examination, and this portion is would appear only in GS mains paper 1. So as of now, if we talk strictly about prelims, then there is no need to go in for world history, because that would be having a very high cost benefit ratio, because very few or rarely any question comes from world history. So you can easily skip this portion as of now. After prelims, you can go in for this portion, because this won't be requiring much time. And also, if your prelim syllabus is completed well within time, well before 3rd of June, then you can cover it in the end, after all the syllabus for prelims is complete. So leave world history as of now, because already there is a time crunch. So I don't think that it would be feasible and it would be wise to go in for world history at the current juncture. So we have seen that, at this stage 105 days are still left. So in this lesson, we have seen ancient history, medieval history, modern history, art and culture, and what to do with world history. So we have seen these aspects. In the next lesson, I would be dealing as to how you can utilize these remaining 105 days, and also the strategy for geography, economics, polity, EVS, and how to cover CSAT, the revision note. So we would be covering all those aspects. If you have any doubt, then please do mention it in the comment section. What I would be doing is, after seeing your doubts, I would be making individual lessons on those doubts, so that all your personal doubts, individual doubts, can be covered separately. So I'm not taking doubts as of now, but I would be making lessons based upon your doubts once I'm done with these lessons. Also, if you're liking these lessons, then you can rate, review, recommend, and share this particular course. And so this is it from this lesson. In the next lesson, we would see more aspects related to prelims 2018. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, my name is Mudad Gupta. So in the previous lesson, we have seen the strategy for ancient, medieval, and modern history. Also, we saw what are the sources that are to be covered for art and culture, and how to deal with with world history. In this lesson, I would be covering different aspects related to geography, EVS, and economics. Also, if you have any doubt, then please feel free to mention it in the comment section. I would be individually taking your doubts in a separate lesson that I would be uploading by this weekend. So if you have any doubt related to the strategy or related to your own preparation as far as prelims 2018 is concerned, then please do mention it in the comment section. I would try my best to take up those doubts. This is something about me. Also, just one more thing, that I'm running two more courses. One is a daily current affair MCQs for UPSC CSE, in which I cover different MCQs based on that particular day's current affairs. And also, apart from that, I'm covering the editorial analysis for the month of November 2017, in which I cover different articles that are published in Mint, Indian Express, or The Hindu. I select the best articles and then try to analyze it in this particular course. So you can follow these two courses as well. Till now, what we have seen is that we are left with 105 days. In the previous lesson, we have seen that 15 days for ancient history, 15 days for modern history, 25 days for, 15 days for medieval history, 25 days for modern history, and then again 25 days for art and culture are required. And after all those calculations, we are left with 105 days. Now we would see how to utilize these 105 days for the remaining part of the syllabus for prelims 2018. If we talk about geography, then geography is really vast subject, you must be knowing, and the sources that are required for this particular subject are NCRTs. NCRTs are really important, and they are very well organized, and they cover holistically the entire geography, be it the economic geography, the human geography, Indian geography, physical geography, world geography. Every aspect of geography is covered very nicely and comprehensively in NCRT. So I would strongly recommend that please, for as far as geography is concerned, do read the NCRTs holistically from 6th class till 12th class. You can refer all the NCRTs of geography from 6th till 12th, because that would enable you not only to cover maximum questions in prelims, but you would be able to attempt large number of questions as in the mains examination as well. As far as the GC Leong is concerned, so there are two volumes of GC Leong. Then volume 1 is really important if we talk about GC Leong, and volume 2 is not really, it does not have that much of cost benefit. If you are covering NCRTs properly, holistically, then volume 2 of GC Leong would automatically be covered. So I would strongly recommend that please go in for NCRTs holistically from class 6 till class 12th. And also, apart from this, please do practice maps, because maps are really important as far as geography is concerned. So Atlas is a must, and also you can use those paper maps as far as the map practice is concerned. So please do prepare maps, because you can get a large number of map related questions as far as geography is concerned. Otherwise, there is no need to go in for these bulky books like Khullad or Majid Hussain. All these books, they are not really relevant as far as the current pattern is concerned, because almost 90 to 95% of the questions as far as geography is concerned can be covered from NCRTs and GC Leong. So I would strongly recommend that please go in for these two sources holistically. Also, if we talk about the number of days that are required for geography, then we saw that we have 105 days left. Then Out of those 105 days, you can invest about 40 days for geography because it is really vast. There are large number of NCRTs to be covered, so you can invest about 40 days in geography, and then we would be left with 65 days for other parts of the syllabus. So this is the strategy for geography. And also, please do practice maps, because without maps you won't be able to cover geography holistically. Coming to another favorite part of UPSC, that is EVS. They are asking a lot of questions from EVS nowadays. So EVS has gained, a lot of importance as far as prelims is concerned. If we talk about EVS, then the best source for EVS would be Shankar IS EVS notes. Also, you can refer to NIOS, but NIOS keep it as optional. If you have time, if you have energy, then only go in for NIOS. Otherwise, the Shankar IS EVS notes are more than enough. If we talk about EVS, you would be able to attempt maximum questions if you are reading this particular booklet holistically. Also, as far as this Shankar IS EVS booklet is concerned, there is no need to make notes from this particular booklet because this in itself is a notes compilation only. So we were left with 65 days, and now you can invest about 25 days in this particular booklet. This is a thick booklet that would be covered in somewhere around 20-25 days. So apart from this, we would be left with 40 days. So do read this booklet holistically, and it would take somewhere around 25 days to read this particular booklet. Apart from this, keep yourself updated with current affairs of EVS, because there are a large number of current affairs that are there in newspaper on a daily basis in the Hindu. So this booklet plus current affairs from newspaper would suffice your EVS preparation as far as prelims 2018 is concerned. So we are still left with 40 days in our preparation schedule. If we talk about economics, then in economics, the best possible source would be the newspaper, either Indian Express or the Hindu. But I personally find the coverage of Indian Express much better as far as Hindu is concerned, because Hindu has more political news and more policy related news, more social issues related news, whereas Indian Express cover economy in a more holistic and a more comprehensive manner, in a more lucid manner. So the economy coverage of Indian Express is much better as far as Hindu is concerned. So you can refer to the business page of Indian Express for economic purposes. Apart from this, you can refer to NCRTs selectively. There is not much significance of NCRTs as far as economics is concerned, unlike geography. In geography, NCRTs are must and you cannot ignore them at all. But if we talk about the NCRT of economics, then really the cost benefit would be very high and you won't be able to attempt much questions from those NCRTs. So you can easily skip if you want the NCRTs of economics. However, you can refer to the book by Sanjeev Verma or Ramesh Singh for economics for covering the basic portion, or even the Shriram IAS notes. That is totally up to you which source you want to refer to, because all the three sources are not comprehensive in themselves. They are incomplete in one sense or the other. They are not covering all the aspects significantly. So you can refer to one of the three sources as far as basics is concerned, and the budget and economic survey that would be presented in the month of February would gain importance for prelims 2018. So rather than investing time in these books, I would strongly recommend to read the budget yourself, not rely on any summary, not rely on any gist or the compilation of any institute. Read the economic survey and budget yourself. It is only then that you would be able to attempt maximum economy related questions in the prelims 2018. So newspaper along with budget and economic survey are must if we talk about economics. Apart from this, you can refer to any book, Sanjeev Verma, Ramesh Singh, or any book. So we were left with 40 days, and so all the 40 days are required for economics. So now as far as the 180-day schedule is concerned, so all the timetable for 180-day static part is complete. So we won't be left with much time if we are covering economics holistically. So the picture so far is that our 180-day static plan is over. And as far as other subjects are concerned, like international relations, internal security, governance, ethics. So these are basically those subjects that predominantly occur in the mains examination, and they have almost nil weightage as far as prelims is concerned. And obviously, you don't have much time left now. So basically, these subjects can be covered after prelims, and there is not much time left now. One portion that I have intentionally left is polity. How to cover polity, what would be the strategy for polity, I would be covering in the next lesson. So in the next lesson, we would discuss the strategy for polity, note making, current affairs, CSAT paper 2, revision and test series. If you have any doubt, then please feel free to mention it in the comment section. I would individually take up your doubts as far as that portion is concerned. Thank you very much. Hello everyone, my name is Mudad Gupta. So till now we have seen the strategy for history, for ancient, medieval, modern history, art and culture, and also we saw how to tackle world history. Apart from that, we saw the strategy for EVAs, geography and economics. In this particular lesson, I would be covering the special strategy for polity because only 180 days are left. So I would be telling you some schedule for polity that would optimize your time utilization. This is something about me. Also, just one thing that I'm running 2 more courses. One is for the daily current affair MCQs for UPSC CSE and also the daily editorial analysis for November 2017. I would be covering these courses in the month of December as well. So you can just follow me or subscribe to these courses for more updates. So as far as polity is concerned, in the previous lesson we saw that all the 180 days were actually consumed, no time was left for polity and other portion including current affairs. So how to tackle polity and other portion like current affairs, revision, note making. So now we would be dealing with these aspects in this particular lesson and also what would be the special strategy for polity. Now, as far as polity is concerned, so there is single stop solution for polity, that is Lakshmikant. Lakshmikant is the most lucid book and it has all the facts and the analysis that is required for the prelims examination. So you have the single stop solution for polity, that is Lakshmikant, and it in itself is a notes compilation. So you don't really need to make notes out of Lakshmikant per se. So and also just one more point that Lakshmikant is a compilation of small chapters except a few like parliament or fundamental rights. These are some chapters that are exceptionally big, covering 44 pages. So apart from that, all the chapters in Lakshmikant are hardly 5 to 6 pages or even 7 pages. So these are the small chapters in Lakshmikant. So what I would recommend is that the special strategy for polity should be to start from now and cover one chapter every day. The small chapters are such that they can be covered in 3 or 4 chapters per day, like Attorney General or the Finance Commission, the UPSC. These are some small chapters that can be covered like 3 or 4 chapters in one single day, in one single sitting. So as far as the strategy for polity is concerned, so what you can do is you can follow the 180-day schedule that we have made up till now. The time limit, the time breakage, the schedule that we have made till now, that would remain as it is. That won't be changed. But let us say that you are studying in the morning. You have studied in one shift the static portion that we have already discussed. Now, after reading one of those subjects, just open Lakshmikant and read 2 to 3 chapters of polity in one day. For bigger chapters like let us say parliament or fundamental rights, that would require 3 to 4 days for one single chapter. So that would balance out each other. Like small chapters can be covered like 3 to 4 chapters in one day, and if we talk about the bigger chapters, then that would require 3 to 4 days for one chapter. So that would basically average out itself, and there are somewhere around 70 to 75 chapters in Lakshmikant in all, and you have 180 days left. So if you are reading polity every day, like in the morning, first shift is for the static part, let us say ancient, modern, medieval history or geography or EVS, any subject, depending upon the schedule that we have prepared. Now, once you have covered those subjects in one shift, in the second shift, maybe the afternoon shift or any shift that is comfortable to you, start with polity. Start reading Lakshmikant. There is no need to make any kind of notes. Just read that book carefully and holistically. So that would cover your polity. Like, break the static portion into 2 parts. One is polity, that is fixed and that would remain there. And second would be the subject that we have already decided as per the 180-day plan. So this is the special plan for polity, and this is how you can cover polity, and so you can optimally utilize your 180 days to cover the entire static portion. Now coming to note making. Note making is really important aspect, and there are different opinions as far as note making is concerned. Some people prefer making notes online. Some prefer making notes on paper. So, well, that is totally your personal opinion whether to make notes or not. But as far as my personal opinion is concerned, so I would strongly recommend note making. If you talk about polity, there is no need to make notes. If you talk about the Shankar IAS, EVS notes, there is no need to make notes because these books are notes compilation in themselves. So there is no need to make notes for these two subjects. But if you talk about even you can skip spectrums for modern history, that is also a notes compilation. But I would strongly recommend you to make notes for geography. Geography is one portion that has a lot of portion to be covered, so I would strongly recommend to go in for geography note making. Apart from that, economics is one portion in which you would be covering the content from different sources like budget, economic survey, newspaper, or if any book you are reading, and the NCRTs. So economics is one portion in which I would strongly recommend to go in for note making. So geography and economics are two portions in which note making is really very important. If you talk about Nitin Singhania for culture, then that is, again up to you, but that is if you are considering single source for culture, like you are not going for CCRT, neither for IGNU nor for NIUS or any other book, then you can totally rely on Nitin Singhania and there is no need to make notes. But if you are referring to more than one source, then definitely you need to go in for note making. So this is the simple funda. If you are referring to single source, no need to make any notes. But if you are referring to multiple sources, then to keep the content at one place intact, you really need to make notes. That would make your revision process very easy. Now, if we talk about revision schedule, then I would strongly recommend that, some people say that you can revise the entire stuff 1 month before the exam. But that would give you a lot of pressure. That would actually, that would be very tall taking. So my opinion would be to start revision from today itself. You can devote around 1.5 hours to revision per day. Out of this 1.5 hours, 45 minutes should be kept for static part like geography, art and culture, history. You can revise, significant portion in 45 minutes, and the remaining 45 minutes should be kept aside for current affairs so that a balance may be maintained, because the pattern is such that you need to maintain a balance between the static part and the current part, because the questions are almost in equal balance. There is no single portion that dominates the examination now, so you really need to maintain balance. And if you are revising 1.5 hours per day, so to maintain balance you can revise static part for 45 minutes and for the remaining 45 minutes you can go in for current portion revision. As far as the daily time allocation is concerned, that how much time is to be allocated to static part and the current part. So if we talk about the remaining 180 days, then you really need to devote at least 12 hours per day. And out of those 12 hours, you can go in for 6 hours static part, including polity. So now what happens is, I told you that, cover polity in one shift and one static portion in another shift. So let us say it is the 6 hours shift. Then for the first 4 hours, you can go in for economics or geography or EVS. In the remaining 2 hours or 2.5 hours, you can go in for polity. So just break this static part into two parts. One is for polity and another is for the another static portion. The another 4 hours should be kept aside for current affairs, and the last 1.5 hours, 2 hours should be for revision. So this is how you can break up the entire 12-hour schedule for the prelims 2018. So this is it from this lesson. I hope all the points are clear to you. If you have any doubt, then please do mention it in the comment section. In the next lesson, that would be the last lesson for this course, I would be taking up different strategies for CSAT, and also how what would be the status for test series and how to cover current affairs. Thank you very much.